They have a whole article about people who are making money fixing the mistakes artificial intelligence has made. So we have to take it with a pinch of salt because the BBC and most journalistic outlets are very anti-AI. It's easy to understand why, because AI is very good at writing, and if your job is being a professional writer, a journalist, AI is something of a threat. So we need to take that in mind. So the BBC, they tend to be very down on AI. That's absolutely fine. So, for example, they did not have an article about this baby being conceived after 18 years, but they do have an article about being paid to fix issues caused by AI. So we just need to be a bit careful. But this is a really interesting article because it's just people going on about how they've made a whole business going in and fixing AI errors. So this means a few things for us. Okay. One, I don't think that the businesses these people have created are going to be very sustainable. So if you've created a business around AI making mistakes, you're probably going to have a nasty surprise in a couple of years' time or 6 months' time when AI is not making those mistakes. So that's the one thing I think is probably important, because this article is a bit triumphant. It's stupid AI, it can't do these things. And now these individuals are making money fixing mistakes. I don't think that's going to last very long. So that's one thing. Second, this is a potential business opportunity for anyone out there right now. You just need to know that it's going to be short term. But going in and fixing mistakes can make money. So if you are a coder, you can go in and fix code. If you are a copywriter, you can go and fix copywriting, etc., etc. What I would actually recommend doing is going in and using AI, but doing it properly with these businesses. So I think there is a kind of a niche market here, which is fixing the problems, but doing it properly by using AI in a more sophisticated way. Because right now, there are a lot of people using it in a naive, non-sophisticated way, and they're coming up with bad results. They are going on and they're typing in, write me some sales copy for my product, and then copy pasting that directly onto their business website. And it's not very good. So if you can do that for them and you can help them with AI, then you can fit in that space between doing it entirely manually and doing it in a naive way. The other thing is this opens up the opportunity to go and train companies. So this means that companies are using artificial intelligence to write copy, to prepare reports, to code websites. They're doing it so badly that they then have to go and pay expensive consultants to fix their work. That tells me something. That tells me that there is a demand for teaching these businesses how to do it properly, because the businesses want to save money, and that's why they're using AI in the first place. But they also don't want to do it so poorly that they then have to hire in a remedial consultant who's going to help them fix their problems. So you can slot in the middle and say, hey, before you mess this up, why don't you get your staff members trained up properly so that you don't have to then go and hire these expensive consultants? So I read this as a very exciting opportunity. So here we go. We have a few different examples. So this is in Gujarat in Northwest India, copywriter Kashish Barot says she's been editing content written by AI for US-based clients to make it appear more human and remove sentence patterns, make it sound like AI. So that's another way of doing it. Despite the often poor quality of the content, she says clients are becoming used to the speed of AI and that it is creating unrealistic expectations. So the clients, people who want copywriting, who want code, they now expect it at the speed of AI, but they want the quality of a human. So AI really makes everyone think it's only a few minutes work. Who says that clients are using OpenAI's ChatGPT? However, good copywriting, copy editing like writing, it takes time because you need to think and not curate like AI, which also doesn't understand nuance well because it's curating the data. So the hype around AI has prompted many companies to experiment without clear goals, adequate infrastructure, or realistic understanding of what the technology can deliver. That sounds like an opportunity for me. If you know about AI, if you work in a particular industry, you can go and teach them about how to do this. So this is what I personally do. I go and teach workshops, I go into businesses, and I also license my workshop material to other people to go into businesses within their particular industries and show companies, hey, this AI stuff that you're using is really cool, right? Hang on though, let's make sure we're using it right so we can get the cost savings, but maintain the quality. A huge opportunity right now for anybody who wants to educate and teach people. So I'm just scrolling through the questions. think I need a filter because it shows me absolutely everything on the screen, which is not very helpful. If you do have any questions, oops, a daisy. No, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I just invited someone as a guest. Ignore that. Next up, the Financial Times. So this was, what's this? Antina says, what's your thought on MCP replacing website with a chatbot? What do you mean specifically? Do you mean not having websites at all and using the chatbot instead? I think that's entirely possible. So I used to live in China, and in China, they don't really use websites that much. Instead, they use mini apps on WhatsApp, or it's like a mini website. So the idea of every business needs a website is, I think it's the paradigm that we live in, but it's not necessarily what's going to be a case moving forward. If a business can survive and it can sell and it can trade using just a chatbot, then it does not need a website. I'm not quite sure what the MCP is specifically for, but yeah, we do not necessarily need websites if a chatbot can do the job. Interestingly, Google Map, I just saw some news that they are introducing a chatbot into Google Map itself. So this is slightly unrelated, but it's replacing a normal technology of typing in an address or searching on a website for Moroccan restaurants near me. You can now go into Google Map and query this like you would with ChatGPT, and it will give you recommendations around your town. So that is an example of, normally we would go to Google, we would find a website, and we'd look up the information about where are the good Moroccan restaurants near me. Now we can just do that through a chatbot via Google Apps. Google Maps. So I think we are going to be increasingly moving in this direction where we use chatbots and we use artificial intelligence instead of going to websites.